Well, hello my beautiful Librans, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with a little bonus reading. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings, I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details, I will never ask for personal details, and I will also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them, it is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Librans, this is a little bonus reading of what your guides want you to know. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. But just to make you aware, your 11th house will be influencing you at this time. And that's really connected to your friends, your social circles, your dreams, your wishes, what you desire for the future, the aspirations that you are trying to achieve. And of course, this is a very important time for manifesting. So really write down any lists of things that you want to accomplish, whether you're retired or not, working environments, doesn't matter, whatever it is you are trying to accomplish, really focus your intention, write a list, and it shall be so, okay? Now I'm going to get your overarching energy at the moment, numbers. So pay close attention to numbers at this time, numerical synchronicity. I'm just going to get another one there to clarify the energy for you. We also have coins, so you'll be focusing a lot perhaps on finances during this period as well. But I feel it's more than that. I feel it's more that you're focusing on security, but we will get that energy now in a moment. Also, your 6th house is activated, and that will be in the next 2 or 3 weeks. But your 6th house is all about your daily routines, the schedule that you've kind of built into your life. You'll be focused on your duties, the things that you feel responsible to do, like pay your bills or help out family members. Also, you'll be connected to healthcare strategies or routines, just to make sure that you're implementing self-care routines there. Also, this is about seeing yourself as you truly are. Okay. Oh wow. Oh, I didn't say it. I wanted to say it, and I didn't say it, but I was seeing. And I wrote it down. When I do a reading, I actually do a meditation before all of your readings, okay? And images come up when I'm scrying in that, and I saw a pyramid, okay? I actually wrote it down. I'm literally just gonna go and get it. I wrote it right here. Let me just go and get it. Scooched it over there for you. So let me get it there for you. I write down lots of different images, so I don't want you to see all of the images that I've written down there. You can still see that I'm here, it's not edited. Pyramid. I hope you can read my writing. It's like a spider fell into a pot of ink and sort of crawled across a page. That's when I'm scrying. It's like automatic writing there as well. So it says pyramid, building solid foundations and channeling your energy is what I picked up on. Makeshift pyramid there, but I did actually write pyramid. Hope we can make that out, okay? So that image came up in the scrying for you. So this is a very important energy of leaving your legacy, but also it's more than that. It's about building a solid foundation and having, it's almost like not a safety net. I feel like you're trying to ground yourself in order to streamline your energy to be more productive. So I feel like you're trying not to waste time. I feel like you're trying to implement a schedule to make sure that you have some time for you, because I feel things last year perhaps got a little bit too much. You just felt like you're, you had the same old schedule, just, it's just a different day. And I feel like you're trying to make 2023 something a little bit different, where you are a little bit more spontaneous, a little bit more open to change, but you can't do that unless you've got a solid foundation. So I really feel like you're implementing certain strategies in your life in order to make that happen. Some of you may be thinking about retirement, or you're thinking about changing jobs, for example, if you're in the working sector. Some of you may even think about moving home, but I feel it's about building that solid foundation before you can actually make any of those decisions. Now, you may notice that I'm in a different environment at the moment. They're doing some major work outside in the streets, so it's super loud. So I've just taken it down the hall, to my back room. So it'll be a little bit echoey, so please bear with me. I do have a new microphone on the way to try and help with the echo. So, but it took me quite by surprise. It's just typical. I went to my folks for the holidays, just help out there, and they had neighbors doing major DIY next door, and I come home and of course, here we are, they're doing major reworking outside. I don't know how long it's gonna last, but I'll be here until such time as it is over, okay? So anyway, let's get to your energy. Yeah, strategy, planning, the Emperor energy there. So you may feel like you've got a lot of responsibilities on your shoulders. I would say, sometimes when we've got a big plan, it's so important to look at the finer details, because when we look at the bigger picture, of course, we start to feel a little bit overwhelmed. And it's important to recognize that one step at a time is all you need to get to where you want to go. All of a sudden, you're making things happen. Okay, now we do have a Devil card there, so I will see what that's about for you. Could be some sort of temptation. Some of you may be building healthcare routines where you've cut out certain things from your diet, perhaps because they've been making you feel bloated or just lethargic. Some of you may be trying to cut out alcohol, or really be a new version or a better version of yourself, a healthier version of yourself, and there may be a little bit of temptation coming through, but I will pull a card on all of that just to clarify. Ace of Cups. Now, the Ace of Cups indicates, especially in this position, indicates that you are someone who gives your all, okay? You give all to your friendships, you give all to your love relationships, you give all to your career. You just 100%, okay? You can always rely on a beautiful Libran energy, okay? Of course, you have to be invested in it in the first place for you to connect to it, but what I've got here is that there is some sort of offer coming on in here for you. It could be a financial offer because you've got a 10 of Pentacles there, so definitely a lot of money. I feel like you're in a mode of saving, making certain cutbacks in order to, look, you got 3 10s here, so you're definitely numerical synchronicity. Numbers are important. Whenever you're in a 10 energy, it means something is coming to an end that perhaps you've outgrown, or you don't need, that's not necessary in your body anymore, or even in your mind. And it's important to recognize you're letting it go for a reason, in order to make space for something better. So I definitely feel this energy of decluttering your life, and that's just for like general energy. I feel you're really taking stock of this year and how you want it to go. I always say that, the new year, of course, it starts as it is, but until Mars goes completely direct, and then of course Mercury, you don't really have, the year starting. I always say the year really starts when Mars goes direct, because that's all about action, it's about passion, it's about desire. So you may have felt a little bit unmotivated, a little bit of a dip in January, shall we say, but that's picking up now because we do have Mars direct, and you're going to get a lot clearer on the direction you want to take as well. From looking at your chart overall here, I can see that perhaps you've been wondering about your path, your true north. There's something here that perhaps you are trying to accomplish or try to move forward on. You have a goal. Okay, I see a goal here. But you may have felt a little bit derailed or distracted, or perhaps you felt disempowered in some way where you felt you needed a bit more information before you took action on it. With the Legacy card, this is a very important card, especially since my guides showed me the pyramid right at the beginning. So they're indicating whatever you're changing, a solid foundation is a must. So if you are, for example, deciding to change jobs and you haven't found one straight away, perhaps it's about either saving in order to make the changes and safeguard yourself, or it could be find a new job first before you leap. Look before you leap energy is what I've got here. Also, the same with if you're buying real estate or property, it's important to do your due diligence and make sure. They're actually giving me the word protector. So, I haven't bought a home before ever. Financially, it's probably not something that perhaps will happen in my lifetime, but let's see, who knows, you never know. But I'm guessing when you buy a property, you need to buy like insurance or some sort of protection. So I would say get the highest protection to safeguard if anything was to go awry. If you're dealing with contracts and things like that, I would definitely say do your due diligence. I don't see anything untoward here, but there may be like a little loophole or something that perhaps needs looking at where you're like, oh, I didn't know that. And it just covers you in the long run. I don't feel like it's anything that's going to surprise you and really be a negative thing for you. I don't see that at all. But just be curious, be open. Want to learn about everything that you're connecting to. So it's so important. Same with people, if you're giving your energy to a person or a situation, it's important to know what you're giving that energy to. And of course, the energy that you're absorbing back is important as well. Now, this card, it says legacy, contribution to future generations, an enduring impact and earthly possessions. It's no accident that you also got the Emperor there and the 10 of Pentacles. So this is an energy of you really thinking about the future and what the legacy is that you leave behind. Some of you may be able to put a little bit more money into your pension this month. Some of you will be looking at your pensions and 401ks and things like that and really keeping an eye on the way that the economy is going at the moment and how you can safeguard yourself against any dips in the market, shall we say. I'm not economically minded. I don't really know much about that, but I can see, just like everybody else, that there are some major shifts occurring. And I feel there's something here. What they're showing me here is that, now I don't really like to mention this, but I will because it's coming up. If someone has already passed, has already transitioned, from your family lineage, there may be some sort of will or some sort of inheritance that's passed on to you, my beautiful Librans. I don't like to talk about that because of course that means someone is lost. And so I'm sending you a huge hug out there. If that's occurred for you already, you may be having to deal with things like legacies and wills. And of course, again, do your due diligence, okay? There may be like, it's not loopholes and things like that, but there may be like some stipulation in a contract that you have to adhere to before you do anything with that will or inheritance, okay? If you have not lost anybody, I want you to be aware that I don't see anybody losing anybody here in this reading, okay? It's only if this has already occurred before you came to this reading. And for those who have, I just want to send a huge hug and lots of love, okay? But I feel this is about you thinking about your future. Thinking about, as we get older, we start to think about really putting money away for a rainy day. You're in Emperor mode, so a lot of you may be stepping into leadership positions or trying to, because there's an Ace of Cups here, which means there is an offer available to you. So if you are looking for work, or if you are in a working environment and you're trying to move up in your career, I definitely see some sort of job opportunity headed your way where you increase your status and also your finances. There is a lot more responsibility, there will be a lot more work, and you may not have as much time as you were hoping for to go out and have fun, things like that, because I feel you'll take it very seriously at first. Mainly because you want to, of course, give your 100%, but at the same time, I feel like it's something you love doing because the Ace of Cups indicates you love this, you're excited about this. Also, the Emperor energy indicates that a lot of you beautiful Librans right now, you may feel responsible for your family or those that you love. Okay, you may feel that you're picking up duties or helping people. That's wonderful, of course, that's wonderful, but make sure you leave a little bit time for you, that you're not completely burnt out. Your guides want you to know that you are doing such a great job, and they're showing me lots of feathers for you, lots of feathers. So that indicates that they are, the people who walked before in your family lineage are walking by your side, and they're strengthening you every step of the way. So they want you to be aware that they're around at all times, but during moments of when you need clarity or when you need confirmation of something, you're going to see lots of feathers, okay? Now, this could be, I mean, there could be just one feather, but I feel like they're actually going to show you lots of feathers all together. So look out for that. If there's like, you know, 4 or 5 feathers clustered together, this is a major symbol for you to look out for over the next 6 weeks or so, to indicate that your guides walk with you and that they're proud of everything that you're doing. They really appreciate all your efforts because they're showing me that you are the glue. You are the glue. You keep everything together, you keep everybody together, and there's this energy of whatever it is you're planning right now, they're really excited for you, okay? They want you to be aware that you're on the right path. Trust your intuitions. It will not lead you astray. Now, of course, the Emperor energy is to strategize. This is a card of success as well. So I definitely see you building, okay, mastering whatever it is that you do. You're really good at it. You're super talented. You've got a lot of gifts to share with the world. And with the Emperor energy, I feel like this is about protecting your finances or protecting anything that you've worked for. So I definitely see this energy, and it is coming up in all of the readings, you know, so I have to mention it. You may be looking at world events and seeing an ever-changing world that is evolving beyond our wildest dreams. It's changing to the point where, well, thanks so much, I'm truly grateful. They're giving me a word in the water. You know, don't shoot the messenger. I'm going to give you the word that they've given me in the water about this. Dissatisfaction. Dissatisfaction, okay? I mean, it's not a hugely controversial word, but I feel like the ancestors that I've got coming through are really dissatisfied with the way that the world is headed, okay? And I feel like you are putting yourself in a really good position to safeguard yourself with whatever changes are headed our way in terms of humanity. With the Emperor energy, I feel like you are in preparation mode, okay? You're preparing to keep yourself in a secure position financially. Also, should there be any economic fluctuations, I feel like you're safeguarding your money. I definitely see this energy of you seeing lots of videos online like YouTube and things like that, where you're learning about how to safeguard finances or how to find your way financially. Some of you may even step into leadership positions or become your own boss, set up your own you know, business there. If this is something that you have a nudge from your guides to do, you can feel that this is something you're compelled or called to do, absolutely, independently, you will be very, very successful. There's a lot of finances here, you know, very lucrative business opportunity for you as well. But mostly I see you in control. And I get this sense that on the surface, you know, it appears like you're in control. Underneath here, I feel like sometimes you feel a little bit, again, they're giving me this word, dissatisfied. You don't feel like you've 100% reached a fulfilling spot in your life. Perhaps you're feeling a little bit off balance. Maybe you feel like your energy is scattered sometimes, where you really want to focus, but you're having trouble focusing. But I get that this will all change in the next 4 or 5 weeks. Now, also, they're giving me, okay, this is not going to resonate for everyone, but I'll give it to you because I'm being given it. Some of you may have like a vitamin imbalance, okay, which is putting hormones or something out of whack a little bit, and it's making you feel a little bit like either mood swings, or you know when you get a dip in sugar and things like that. It's worth checking that out, of course, because you know if there's a dip in like energy or a dip in sugar, things like that, it could mean that you're just missing a vital vitamin there that could help. I don't see anything negative, but what I do see is that perhaps there is something missing or lacking from a diet that's important to keep your immune system high, and it will just give you a little bit more boost of energy. I do see you trying to implement more natural ways of finding your vitamins. So I definitely see that you're trying to eat, you know, better eating practices, healthier healthcare routines, that sort of thing. I see that there, especially with that Knave of Swords, where you're like curious about doing things differently or responding to life in a different way. Now, Ace of Cups indicates, you know, this is your protagonist energy. You have so much to give. You are so lovable, both inside and out, and you are really appreciated, but sometimes it may feel that you're not, okay? You may have felt that you've been a little bit overwhelmed emotionally recently, but I want you to be aware that there is good things coming, okay? There's a lot of mental activity that I'm feeling in your brain right now. You may feel, you know, a little bit pulled or pushed in different directions, but that will stabilize, okay? Also with this Ace of Cups energy, I feel like you're trying to, if you're looking for ways to work, I feel like you're trying to do something that you love, of course, that brings a lot of money. And, you know, they always say those two, they rarely go together, because if there's something you love doing, it's normally going to be, you know, not very well paid. But I feel you're going to hit the jackpot. You're going to find an opportunity. There's an offer coming on in. If you put your resume out there and you're looking for an opportunity, there's one coming that you will grab with both hands. You are going to be so excited, and you're going to be encouraged to take this. You're going to have this hunch that this is for you, okay? I feel like it gives you an opportunity to use your imagination, really pour your heart and soul into your work, and financially you will be very, very rewarded. Same with if you're trying to find an opportunity to buy real estate or sell real estate. I get this sense that you're going to find something that you love, and there's going to be a transition. They're giving me this transition. So some of you may actually find a property and just move the money from one. If you've been lucky enough to have a property bought already, you may just transition and move to the other property. But I really get this sense that you're thinking about changing direction in some area of your life. And as long as your heart is engaged, you are sitting on a solid foundation. I feel like you're in a position to make the changes that you truly desire to change. Now, some of you may be feeling that you are ready for love, okay? The Emperor energy is someone who needs emotional care, shall we say, because it's like you bottle up your emotions and you don't readily open up. You're not an open book. You're someone who is very loyal, very determined, very protective of the people that you love and care about, but you're not an open book. So not everybody gets into your social circle. You're very discerning about the company that you keep. And I feel that it's been difficult for you to open up for love if you are looking for love. But the right person will connect to you in a way where it just feels easy. Now, if you are looking for love, I do feel like you will be talking to somebody new, okay? This could be a Capricorn, could be a Virgo, could also be Aries energy as well, because we've got that strongly coming through. It doesn't have to be sun, moon, or rising, but it can mean that they've got strong elements in their chart. They've also got a little bit of a Cancerian going on, so this person is quite an emotional person deep down. But I feel at first you may feel it's going to start off like a fling, or you may wonder if this is going to go anywhere, okay? I feel it will feel uncertain at first, okay? So I would say cautiously, don't fall in love. I feel like you don't fall in love too quickly, but I would say take it slow, okay, to see where it's going. I do feel like that I'll pull a card on it just to make sure. I'm going to only pick the uprights in this deck, just so you're aware. I just want to see where it's going. 3 of Pentacles, yeah. So this person may have just come out of a relationship. They may also still be connected. I just want to clarify that. They may still be connected to somebody because of 3 of Pentacles. So I'm just saying take it slow, because I feel that this person will of fortune. Yeah, I mean, I do feel like this person either has just left someone or will leave their person before something really starts up with you. Queen of Pentacles, and yeah, this person will have left. So I just want you to be aware of that. I was picking up that energy, as you can see, Queen of Pentacles there, and we've got the 6 of Swords. So this person will have just left a relationship really when they meet you. So they may, they may not want to get into something hot and heavy at first. So just safeguard your heart, my beautiful Librans, because I feel like this person's, it's not that they're on a rebound. I do feel like it was fate that you meet this person, but I feel slow and steady wins the race, okay? This person is capable of very deep love, but I do feel like they've had a very emotionally testing time with a past person, and they have some things to resolve before they really can open themselves up to new love. So just be aware, okay? That person's coming on in for you there as well. Now we've got 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles, you are very family oriented, but also I feel you're focusing on your finances at this time. You're really trying to cut back in areas where you feel you've perhaps overspent in order to save more money. So I get the 10 of Pentacles energy of you really, yeah, it's just financial security is what I feel from this some of you also are building your wealth of knowledge regarding finances, or some of you may even read a book or take a course on learning more about finances. I mean, some of you could also be in total business mode because of course it's tax time. So some of you could be really focusing on that and you don't need any distractions because you want to get it done under the deadline. Now also, they're showing me in the water a squirrel. So squirrels tend to represent preparation, also being prudent, being discerning about the finances, protecting finances as well, squirreling things away, saving, really. Squirrels, they get their little nuts and they save them for the winter when things are a little bit scarce, shall we say. So I feel like this is you being in a savings kind of mode. I do feel like there will be a little bit more money available to you, but with the Ten of Pentacles, I feel like a lot of you, okay, there's one more thing that's come through. Some of you will welcome in a new member of the family. So I feel it could be like an arrival, either you hearing about a pregnancy or perhaps someone close to you gives birth around about this time. They're just showing me an arrival of a new soul to the planet, okay? So you'll hear news about that. It could be someone that's in your family or someone you consider your soul family, okay? Now, we've also got Wheel of Fortune. And it's interesting because Wheel of Fortune is showing up for you twice now, okay? I do feel like this is a time of abundance where things are changing for the better for you, and everything that you aspire to achieve, you will accomplish. But you may have been feeling that you've been going through a run of bad luck, or you've been feeling very stuck in a rut recently because this is in the resistance position. It says here, things will be working in your favor. Lucky moment, phase, situation, fate, destiny, and change. Now that does, connect to your love life as well. So if you're looking for love, there's definitely a surprise meeting. I've already told you about this person. So just, go easy. And also I'm getting a sense that there's things just working out for you, like out of the blue, a lucky break. So if you are looking for a job opportunity, or you are trying to find direction regarding your purpose, or if you're retired, for example, and you're trying to, open yourself up to new community members or new projects, things like that, I feel like you're actually going to stumble on these things. You're going to like walk down the sidewalk and see a poster for something that you've been thinking about. So if you've been like, oh, you know what, I always wanted to take a bookkeeping course, or I always wanted to learn more about oil painting, or I always wanted to learn how to surf, whatever it is, I feel like you will suddenly find it pops up on your computer, or it's in your email box, or you'll see a poster for it as you're walking down the sidewalk. I feel like the information, the universe will give it to you, okay? It's like pointing you in the direction of whatever it is you want to accomplish. So there is change, it is for the better, and I feel the Ten of Cups here indicates that you'll be very, very happy with these changes. There's a lot of harmony, there's a lot of balance and fulfillment headed in your direction, and I feel like you've been in a cycle where you felt a little bit unmotivated, because I'm seeing someone setting the clock really early and be like, ugh, turning the clock off and being like, oh God, I can't face it. So whether that's somebody, in a job that perhaps pays the bills, but you don't perhaps enjoy it as much as you would something else. We've all been there. We've all had jobs that we have to do that we don't particularly want to do, but it pays the bills. I feel like there is a change coming for you where an opportunity to do something you absolutely love doing is headed in your direction, and it pays more money. So it gives you that extra spring in your step. It does come with more responsibility though. But I feel like you enjoy it. Okay, we've got the Magician card. Now the Magician card tells me how gifted you are. You are someone who's got all the skills you need to accomplish whatever it is you set out to do. You're someone who's so determined, and but you may have felt like there was a lack of focus, or you may have felt that your energy was very scattered recently. This is all going to change for you. This is a potent message that you are a creator. You are currently having thoughts, images, and desires, and those things, you're building your reality. These things already, they already exist in the future. You can have what you want. So pay close attention to your thoughts because they become things. This is going to be a very, I almost don't want to say magical month, but because we've got the Magician, I feel like there is a certain element of alchemy that's going on. And I feel things will start to work out the way you'd hoped for. Remember your crown chakra, which is to know. That is very important for you at this time. So don't think, you know, oh, I would love this to happen. Think, I know this will happen, and it shall be so. Also with the Magician card in this position, some of you may have been dealing with someone who is trying to abuse their power in some way over you, or has been dishonest, or has, you know, there's been bad feeling between you and this person. I feel like there will be a point where it's like things come to a climax, and I feel with the Ten of Swords, I feel there's this energy where Ten of Swords is like to cut something out. So I feel, you know, there can be a diplomatic way of releasing someone. You can, you know, when you've got the Ten of Swords, there can be like a graceful ending of something where you just decide to just, you know, slowly exit from a person's life if you feel that this person is, you know, not respecting your boundaries, or you feel perhaps it's a boss, it doesn't have to be, but I'm getting this sense that someone is trying to manipulate a situation in order to benefit from it, and in some way it's making you feel like things are just out of sync, you're not in the flow. I feel that this will change, okay? This will change for the benefit of you. I really get this sense that some of you will be cautiously moving along. So for example, I just want to give you an example. So if, for example, there's a boss that you're working with and they have been giving you extra responsibilities, but also being very controlling and micromanaging and unkind, you may think that, you know, you're in a great job, but unfortunately that one person is the fly in the ointment. So you're deciding to bow out gracefully, leave that opportunity for something greater, something better, even though you didn't want to leave, but you feel that it's time to take yourself elsewhere because you're not being respected. Now, of course, you're not losing by taking yourself out of that situation. You're empowering yourself in order to change direction, okay? So it's okay to do that. You will benefit in the long run, whatever this is for you, but make sure you've got that solid foundation, as I said, putting yourself out there, getting the opportunity that you want to move to before you move, because I feel it's look before you leap, okay? Also with the Magician card, I feel like you are empowering yourself. Sometimes you don't believe in yourself. Sometimes you have a little bit of doubt about your skills, or, you know, okay, they're indicating also, this is such a left field thing to come through, but it's coming through, so I have to give it to you. Some of you may feel very tongue-tied when it comes to love, or when you are speaking to someone that you have a romantic attraction with. They are indicating that the right person, it will just flow easily, okay? I know that's from left field, but it's come out, so I have to mention it there. Let's move on from that energy. We've got the Knave of Swords here. Okay, so that's the equivalent of the Page of Swords. So there may be a lesson that perhaps you have not been learning, and that's about you having more power in a situation than you realize, okay? So have confidence in your beautiful self. They are indicating that perhaps there's something that you're not speaking up about, or perhaps you're not using your voice, and it's making you feel very frustrated. Of course, you know, say your piece, state your ground, but also be diplomatic about the situation. As long as you lead with integrity and you do what you feel is right, you know, the situation will be resolved in the best way possible. Now, some of you may be thinking about opening yourself to a course of learning, or, you know, just learning more about the spiritual realm, deepening your connection to your faith. I definitely get the Knave of Swords, this energy of curiosity and you investigating things. It's important to investigate things, because if you don't, then I feel like, you know, there could be a bit of a surprise. I don't feel, as I said, that it's too negative, but I feel like it may, you know, put a fly in the ointment kind of energy is what I'm picking up on. Now, the Page of Swords is someone who is a genius, someone who has an incredible mind and eager to explore. So some of you may be thinking of going back to school, or some of you may be thinking of going to college, or some of you may be thinking about learning about a hobby or something that perhaps has really sparked your attention at this time. I get a lot of you really calculating your finances and paying attention to the world in terms of what it means for you economically, or in terms of you and your family and the position that you're in right now. Because I feel like you're trying to protect yourself from changes that are to occur in the future. And I feel intuitively you are going to put yourself in a very good position, okay? We've got Ten of Cups. So although it's in the resistance position, in the next 6 weeks, there is a lot more happier conclusions, shall we say. And if there's been any drama within the family unit, it will be resolved. The Ten of Cups also is a card of, especially with the Ten of Pentacles, you know, this is a continuity cycle where you're putting all your effort into making something stable, but also something rewarding, and something where you feel, you know, you can be proud of yourself. The Ten of Cups also is an energy of finding that element of peace. It can connect to good fortune, well-being, that everything you need comes to you easily and effortlessly, because it has not before. It has been a very difficult journey where you may have felt very fraught, you may have felt you know, a lot of anxiety, but I feel things will take a necessary turn for you, where you can take pleasure in all that you accomplish and know that you did a good job, well done, okay? Now, as an outcome energy, we do have divine intervention. So this indicates fate, Wheel of Fortune will pave the way for something working out in your favor. It says here, stopped something bad from occurring, the divine forcing a change, miracles and a turn of events. So I really get this whole sense that you're protected and redirected from something that perhaps, you know, I don't feel like it could have been catalytic for you, or cataclysmic, shall we say. I feel it wasn't going to be detrimental, but I feel that, you know, with this divine intervention, especially lots of feathers, look out for lots of feathers. I feel like something that had the potential to really upset you is, you know, averted, shall we say. It's almost like the Tower moment, but it's been taken away. And I feel like all is well for you. So, I mean, here we have the Devil card and we have the High Priestess. Now, if you look at the two, it's like this could cause chaos, right? And then we've got the High Priestess, which is using the crown chakra to know, using the intuition. So any hunches that you have, your guides are trying to give you a sign that something's up. So if your intuition, say for example, you meet a new person and you're like, okay, this seems like too good to be true, then do your due diligence. Something may be off. If your intuition is telling you it's off, you must listen to that, okay? Now let me just pull a card on this Devil card to see what's going on there for you. For some of you, it could be that, because with the Devil card and the High Priestess, there can be this energy of being obsessive about faith or religion. You may meet someone who is like overly connected to their faith. I mean, of course, people connected to their faith is important. Doesn't matter what faith you support. If you feel it in your soul and you have your connection, that's wonderful. But there may be someone who tries to, you know, encourage you, shall we say, to look at their, I don't know how to put this, energy. It's like they force their opinions on you or things like that. There could be something going on there. So just watch out for that. The Lovers card, it's in the upright. I mean, I've already talked about the Lovers card in terms of a new person. They may be bonded to somebody else, or they're not ready. They may be looking for a fling. Okay, so the partnership here. Also, I mean, it could be that somebody that you love has a connection to some sort of group that you feel is not good for them. It's important to realize that we cannot ever truly stop a person from doing what they want to do. We all have to learn our own lessons, and that's very, very hard to do, especially as a parent. That's so difficult to do, especially with like them fleeing the nest. You want them to be safe. You want to be the protector. I totally get it. Of course, if you feel like they're in really bad company, remember faith you know, with your High Priestess, intuitively you will feel it. I'm just going to pull a card on it, but we've got the Divine Intervention card, which means there will be an intervention. There will be a turning point where if you're worried about somebody, there will be a turnaround. Look, we got the Devil card again. Okay, thanks so much. Can you please clarify that one more time? Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, there will be divine intervention. So all will be well. So I don't want you to worry about that. We've got the Devil card there again, as you can see, and we've got the Ace of Pentacles. And as you can see, a hand comes from the cloud, divine intervention. So yeah, I would also be mindful of any job opportunities that come through that's like too good to be true. Look at the contract, make sure that they're not going to monopolize your time, have you always in the office, and, you know, of course, getting paid well is important, but sometimes, you know, there could be some hidden clauses there where you don't get that certain amount of money unless you complete 6 months, or, you know, so just be mindful about that. There's something tricky here, but again, you've got the Divine Intervention card, which means all will be well. Your guides will step in and they've got your back. They walk with you at this time. I mean, they always walk with you, but I feel there's strength in numbers at the moment. I feel like there's a couple of them walking with you in solidarity. I got true chills here. Something is ending, 10 of Swords, and we've got the Moon card here as well with the 9 of Wands. Now the 10 of Swords is to cut something out, okay? So it could be that you feel that there is a toxic influence in your life or a person. Some of you, for example, you may be thinking about going through a divorce, or some of you may be actually going through a divorce or a separation from someone who is narcissistic or abusive in some way. I feel like your independence is your power. I feel like you will enjoy that freedom, because we've got a Knight of Swords here. So if you're moving away from a relationship that was very controlling, or even a friendship, could even be a relationship with food that has been very controlling. We tend to use things like food, alcohol, substances as a comfort or a numbing agent, especially if we've gone through some sort of trauma. So if you have had experience of a major trauma in your life, you may be identifying a root cause and really focusing on it in order to process it and let it go, so it no longer has any control over you. Because I see that you are empowering yourself and you're cutting all these negative influences out. Okay, this is the beginning of everything. This is a new start. The Moon card can raise some fears, so you may feel a little bit more sensitive and emotional at this time. But the Moon card actually means something hidden comes to light. Okay, so as I said, we've got divine intervention there, but I actually see that there is a wonderful opportunity. There is some really good news just popping out into light. Pluto is very active this year. It brings all that's hidden to the surface. So in terms of like world events, or even on a personal level, things that have been off limits will actually surface and all out in the open. So it's going to be a bit of a bumpy ride 2023 collectively, but I feel like you're putting yourself in a very good position to weather a storm. Okay, now the Moon card is also about your intuition. So I feel with the Moon card and the 9 of Wands, it's like activate caution. Okay, you're building solidly, you're moving towards something exciting, new changes, but you don't have to go fast. Make sure you don't go too fast, because if you do, you may miss something. Remember that clause, or maybe something that perhaps is not readily seen. So for example, if you are going to buy a property, you may like walk into an apartment and go, this is the apartment of my dreams. And you get a little bit like bamboozled by the fact that it's incredible, and you know, they may forget to tell you that maybe the pipes are leaking, and it hasn't, you know, they've just painted it over or something like that. So just do your due diligence, you know the drill. Also with the Moon card, they're telling me that you have a real gift. You've got a spiritual gift that perhaps you may start to explore a little bit deeper, deepening your faith. Some of you may come and connect a little bit more to meditation, but I definitely see with the Emperor there, the Ace of Cups, and the High Priestess, especially with the Moon, I get this energy that you're someone who is very spiritually connected, and you may think about setting up your own business that is in some way connected to spirituality. It will be very, very rewarding, shall we say, for you. Nine of Wands also is a card of the wounded warrior, okay? So I feel you may cut your losses on something that perhaps has not been going very well for you, and I feel you're on to your true goals. You're actually freeing yourself up from something that perhaps has been very difficult, and you're moving forward. You're not giving up on something. I really feel like you are evaluating or reevaluating a circumstance to really ask, is it for you, okay? Also with the Nine of Wands, again, this is a card of protection. So I would definitely protect your immune system, for example, with the vitamins, through good food, of course. But I get the sense, you know, your whole reading, it really is a sense of protection. So you may have been feeling, especially since we've all been going through a traumatic time in the last couple of years, you know, pandemic really raised trauma within humans, okay? And I feel this is something that perhaps made you be in fight or flight mode, and you may have felt that you were overprotective of the ones that you loved, and now you're starting to, you know, just breathe a little bit easier, okay? Because I feel like things are changing energetically. Now, the Knight of Swords is a really important card because it means that you are going to complete your goal. You're having the courage to go after what you want. You're that warrior, okay? You've got you know, the bravery to activate or take action on something that you always wanted. So this offer coming on in, you're going to grab it with both hands. You're going to run for it. It's going to be great. Knight of Swords also indicates that you are going to respond differently to difficult situations because now you're empowered, you can see clearly about what you want, and you're having the courage to just go for it, okay? Also, I'm picking up an energy of some of you maybe thinking about traveling or looking at where you belong in the world. I feel like there's like big questions here about your position. Are you on the right track? Are you headed towards success or to fulfillment? And the answer is yes, okay? Yes, there may have been some twists and turns for you, but I really feel like you will accomplish whatever you set out to do. If ever you've got like a night where you have you know, a Knight of Wands, well, this is a Knight of Swords, but like Knight of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, you know, Knight of Cups. My favorite knights, you know, I would say Knight of Pentacles is nice, but it's a slow moving energy. Knight of Swords is the one you want because it means you're taking action and you're going to fulfill your destiny, and then you're going to be on to the next. You are goal oriented and you're going to make things happen, okay? And you're leading with honesty, integrity, and, you know, this is like, if you had like a gladiator, I don't know why this is coming up, but this is what they're giving me, so I'll give it to you. If you had a gladiator setting, this is the hero that you would root for, okay? This is the one that you would champion on because the odds are stacked against them, but this is the one that wins, okay? So I really feel this is what perhaps you've been going through at the moment, and you come out the winner. We have numbers, so of course pay close attention to the numbers. They are important. And of course, if you're trying to buy a large purchase, pay close attention to the numbers there as well. Do your due diligence because I really feel you'll get a good deal, okay? So again, if you're trying to purchase something, shop around, see what, you know, you can find that is the same or similar in other areas or on other websites, things like that, or other shops, stores, because I feel like you get it at a big discount, okay? Numbers are important for you. Also, if you see things like 555 or 1111, you know, look up the meaning in that moment of what your angel guides are trying to say. Also, we've got coins, so yeah, you are financially bossing up. I feel like you're attracting a lot of affluence at this time, but you're hardworking, so I feel like you're going to make it work for you. And for those of you who are retired, I feel like that you're going to make some really good decisions on your material abundance. And I feel like this is a card of mastery that you're going to attract more. Because we've got number 9 there as well. Okay, they're giving me two energies. Number 9 is the number of independence, self-sufficiency. So if you're setting up a business on your own, you will be satisfied with everything that you accomplish, and you will attract more abundance, more financial wealth as well. And the other energy as well that you're giving me is make time for self-care. It's so important, okay? So let us finish your reading. Thanks so much for it, guys, great angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Librans? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to see? What are they meant to be aware of? Okay. They want me to go one more, so I will. Okay. So we have dear love. Okay, dear love. And it says, be gentle with yourself. You heal with the power of love. See the light in all things. Acknowledge your self-worth and grace. Okay? So show compassion for yourself. Self-care is so important. You may have felt that you feel responsible for your family, your friends. You're always there for them. Who's there for you, my beautiful Librans? You've got to be there for you as well. So it's Polar Bear is the next one. Mystic. Know that challenges make you stronger. Have faith when you face adversity. Take time to rest, dream, and renew your strength. Embrace your psychic abilities. You carry the shaman within. So as I was saying, a lot of you have spiritual gifts that perhaps you're thinking about setting up or channeling to help you, with your business or with a second stream of income or a side hustle, things like that. Because you did get the Lover's card, this could be that you are setting up some sort of passive income or some sort of side hustle there, or you've done that already. Don't spread yourself too thin, okay? I'm just going to go and get a trinket before we close. We have the butterfly. So major changes occurring. Butterfly is so interesting because it's time to spread your wings, but also remember, a butterfly goes into the chrysalis. Well, it's the caterpillar that goes into the chrysalis and becomes a butterfly. And that process, the caterpillar actually dissolves completely, its sense of self and substance is lost. It dissolves into like a jelly, and then it reforms into this beautiful butterfly. And if you've been feeling lost, or you've been feeling a little bit of lack of direction, or just wondering if you're doing a good job or you're headed in the right direction, the answer is yes. Keep paying close attention to your intuition and your hunches, because you're being led in a direction where you will feel fulfilled, and there is financial abundance there, and also more status if that's what you're looking for. But most importantly, love, understanding, care, and intuition, and of course health. That's so important too. So I'll leave it there, my beautiful Librans. I hope something resonated in that reading for you. If it does, please like and subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Librans. Love and light.